Okay, so this is going to be the video that's going to emphasize on substitution. We're still working with systems of equations. We're just going to be focusing specifically on substitution in this video, and then I'll make another one that will be about elimination. Okay, so really no new vocabulary. We're just going to be given two linear equations to start with. Okay, look something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take when it has like y equals, so y equals this, all right? So then what I can do is I can take this 5x and I can substitute it in for y, okay? So what I'll do is I'll just come into here and say 2x plus 3, and then instead of writing that y, I'm going to write 5x, and then it's equal to 34. And then I'm going to do all my other algebra, so I'm going to go 2x plus 15x is equal to 34. I'm going to add those two together. That's combining like terms. And I'm going to divide by 17 so I can get x by itself. And then I know x is equal to 2. And I'm going to take this value. Now I'm going to substitute it in for the x in this equation or this equation. And obviously, well, anyway, obviously, I'm going to put it in the easiest one I can do, which is going to be that first one. So then y is equal to 10. So then my answer, and I got to remember to do this, is I got to put it as an ordered pair. And that is substitution. Okay? So they do get a little bit more complicated. So we can have our second example, which is going to be 6x minus 2y is equal to negative 4. And then we'll have y is equal to 3x plus 2. All right? So again, I'm going to take that y and I'm going to substitute it in for that one. Okay, so I'm going to have 6x minus 2, and I got to make sure I get it, the signs written. So I'm going to have 3x plus 2 is equal to negative 4. And then I'm just going to do my algebra again. So negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times 2 is a negative 4, which is equal to negative 4. Okay, so then 6x minus 6x is 0. Minus 4 is equal to negative 4. And then I'll just show this right. We could stop right here, but if you need to, you add the 4, and you can see 0 is equal to 0. Now, because 0 is equal to 0 is a true statement, this is an example of one that is infinitely many solutions. Okay? Because this is a true statement. That makes this, we know that this will be the lines that are stacked right on top of each other. So it would look something like this. We would have this and then the one right on top. Okay, so that's how we know that. That's an example of many solutions is when we get a true statement. Okay, let's go to our next one. Number 3, we're going to have 8x plus 2y is equal to 13. And 4x plus y is equal to 11. Now, what we need to do is we don't have a variable by itself. Kind of like we had this one, the y up here was by itself, the y was by itself up here. I could solve this equation for either x or y. I could solve this one for x or y, but I noticed that y is just one y. So I want to solve this equation for itself. So I'm going to take and minus the 4x over. So I'm going to have y is equal to negative 4x plus 11. Okay. So then I'm going to take 8x plus 2, and instead of writing y, I'm going to say negative 4x plus 11, and that's going to be equal to 13. So then what we're going to do is just our algebra. So 8x multiply or distribute. So that's going to be negative 8x. So notice that I forgot, I already put my plus sign in. I know it's negative, so I just get and put it in parentheses, okay? 2 times 11 is 22. 8x minus 8x is 0, so I'm left with just 22 equals 13. Now, this is false, okay? Because 22 does not equal 13, so this is false. So this is a false statement, so this one means that that there is no solutions. And if you remember from yesterday, that means that the lines are parallel, okay? Parallel lines. All right, so then we're going to go to our fourth example, and we're going to do x is equal to 1/2 y plus 3 is equal to 2x minus y is equal to 6. All right, so again, I could solve this one for y because I could see that it's by itself, but I already have x by itself. So I'm just going to use that value there. So I'm going to go with 2, and then we're going to go 1/2 y plus 3, and then minus y is equal to 6. So notice that I'm trying to keep everything the same from that second equation, and that first equation just being substituted in, okay? So 2 times 1/2, it's just a y. 2 times 3 is 6, minus y is equal to 6. Oh, and then y minus y is 0, so I have 6 is equal to 6. And again, I have infinitely many solutions. And again, this is because it is a true statement. I'm just getting lucky with getting examples that are many solutions. All right, so then, let's see here, we're on number 5. So 3x minus 2y equals 12. X plus 2y is equal to 6. So I see that, I'm trying to explain how I'm thinking through this, and I see that I have x by itself, and I know I'm supposed to be doing substitution. So I'm going to take this second equation, and I'm going to solve for x. So I have x is equal to negative 2y plus 6, right? So I have that part in. So I'm going to take my first equation. Anywhere there's an x, I'm going to put in this new, well, not new, but what x is equal to. Because I'm looking for where these guys cross. So then I'm going to go minus 2y equals 12. Distribute. Sometimes get the little arrows that remind you. So negative 6y plus 18 minus 2y is equal to 12. And then negative 6 and negative 2 is negative 8y plus 18 is equal to 12. I subtract my 18. I get negative 8y is equal to negative 6. And then y is equal to negative 6 over negative 8. And then the negatives cancel out. And then also the fraction, I apologize. Let me pause right there. So not quite sure when I went off the video. So I distributed, and then I combined like terms, subtracted the 18 to both sides. Here I divided by 8, and then I got negative 6 over negative 8. The two negatives are going to cancel out, and the fraction is going to reduce. I can take out a 2, so that's going to be 3/4. Okay? And then, again, I can take this value, and I can put it into any of these two equations. okay? So I like, if I just put it in this one, then I don't have to do any division at the end because x is already by itself. So I'm going to go 2, and then I'm going to take what y is equal to, x plus 2, and then equals 6. All right. So x plus 3/2 is equal to 6 because 3/4 times by 2 gives us 3/2. I'm going to subtract 3/2. So if I need to, here I'll even go log old school. So common denominator is going to make that 12/2 minus 3/2. X is equal to, let's see here, 9/2. Okay, so then state my answer just like that. And that is my answer. All right, we got time for one more, I hope. Hopefully I can keep it on the video this time, right? So we have x is equal to 4y plus 5. We have x is equal to 3y minus 2. I really like these. These are my favorite ones because you have x equals x equals. So you're just going to take the 4y, what x equals here, and then set it equal to the other x. And then this goes back to when we were doing those multiple step equations. So I subtract the 3y over. And then x is equal to 4 times -7 plus 5. So x is equal to -28 plus 5. X is equal to -23. And then don't forget, if you think you have a wrong answer, you can always substitute it in and do my check. So I'm going to use the second one. So I'm going to say, well, x is -23. Does that equal 3 times -7 minus 2? That's my question. So then I have -23, -21 minus 2, -23 is equal to -23. And then if I still think I did it wrong, let me scoot that up. So that's my check. No, you don't have to do a check every time, but I kind of thought this was a weird answer myself. And so I wanted to do a check, and so I'm going to double check again. Okay, that's my question. So it checked out both times. So then I know that this is a correct answer. Okay. No, you don't have to do a check every time, but if you get a weird answer, you know, sometimes it's good just do a little mental check. You could do a mental math with it, definitely, and go from there. Alrighty. Thank you much. We'll put the video for elimination here in a little bit.